In a league filled with massive contracts and big money decisions, one move can change everything. Imagine this: you've got a team that just won a championship, and now you're staring at the numbers, trying to decide if it's worth handing out yet another $100 million deal. Well, the Denver Nuggets have done just that. Aaron Gordon just signed a $133 million max extension, but was this the right move? Stick around, because what happens next could shake up the entire NBA landscape. Let's start with the looming question: what happens when a team has already shelled out $108 million for one player, Jamal Murray, and now faces the decision to give Aaron Gordon a massive contract? The fear of financial collapse is real for any franchise. Denver had a hard choice: extend Gordon or risk losing him in free agency next year. The deadline was approaching fast, and the front office knew they couldn't delay any longer. But wait, let me hit pause here. Can you imagine being a GM and having to make a decision that could cost you a championship? Scary stuff. So they pulled the trigger. The Nuggets re-signed Aaron Gordon to a 4-year, $133 million deal just as the clock was ticking down, and let me tell you, the excitement is palpable. Gordon is more than just a role player. He's a key piece in a championship-winning puzzle. With his explosive athleticism and chemistry with Nikola Jokic, this deal feels like a slam dunk. The Joker can throw passes from angles that don't even exist, and Gordon can catch them. Speaking of regrets, have you ever spent too much on something only to wonder, was this really necessary? Like that time I bought a blender that could make soup, but all I ever use it for is smoothies. What really excites fans is how Gordon fits into this squad. When you look at his numbers, averaging 15 points and 6 rebounds, he may not be the flashiest guy on the team, but his on-court chemistry with Jokic is undeniable. The way they read each other, the timing of their plays, it's almost like watching two maestros conduct a symphony. The Nuggets couldn't let that synergy walk away. But here's where it gets tricky: this deal doesn't come without sacrifice. The Nuggets are facing a massive luxury tax bill. So the big question is, how does this signing affect their chances of going back-to-back as NBA champions? Stick with me, because what we're about to uncover might surprise you. Denver's financial future is on thin ice. By signing Gordon, along with Murray, Jokic, and Michael Porter Jr., the team now has $1,633 million tied up in just 4 players after next season. That's a lot of dough for a franchise with a small market, and once they go over that second luxury tax apron, the penalties become brutal. They'll have limited roster flexibility, meaning any injury or misstep could spell disaster. So, quick question: do you think Gordon's extension is worth potentially sacrificing depth, or are the Nuggets banking too much on their big four? Now, this is where the fear kicks in. What if this extension limits their ability to make moves in the future? What if, in 2 or 3 years, the Nuggets are struggling because they're strapped for cash? Imagine losing out on valuable role players because all the money is locked into a few stars. But here's the kicker: Denver believes they're not just building for today, they're building for tomorrow. That's why this move is so pivotal. Gordon, at 28, still has years of peak performance ahead, but how will the rest of the team evolve? Can they keep this roster intact, or will the weight of these huge contracts start to tear the Nuggets apart from within? We're standing on the edge of something big, but where they go from here will be the real story. In the immediate future, though, it's all systems go. Denver is focused on one thing: winning another title. With Gordon now locked in, the team can zero in on building a dynasty if they pull it off. This contract could look like a steal in hindsight, kind of like when you buy a discounted jersey of your favorite player and they get traded the next week. But let's hope Denver's not shopping any jerseys off anytime soon.